Welcome back. We've done a lot with this chapter on Google Docs, and there's more we can still do with it. We may come back and add things later on, but we're going to start pulling this to closure at, this part. What we want to do now is we want to look at making comments. Many of you have experienced and have even made comments to other people. Many times you do it in a funny, joking way to get a laugh, but sometimes people take it as an insult. It hurts. You may think, hey, I'll make fun of their hair or their shoes. Sometimes, hey, that's the best they could do that day. They woke up late, they were in a rush, they weren't paying attention. Let's respect each other. Let's try to help each other. You might notice something that they did wrong and you'd like to make a comment to help them. And that's called constructive criticism, where you're trying to help them do better, which we all can do. But to make a comment just to flat out an insult or to make fun of shows how little you are. Be a bigger person, be more mature. Whether it's talking to someone face to face, making a comment, or sending an email or a text message, let's show how powerful and mature we are and not how immature we are. Even though you may think, hey, I'm going to get a great laugh, but at whose expense? And you may think it's the other person that it's coming against, but actually it's against you because it shows everybody else how immature you are. So think carefully about those comments. Right now I need you to type in lesson 9-7, enter. Now, what we're going to be doing is working with comments. And let me move the textbook back over here. I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit so that you can see better. Sorry about the darkness and the shadows. There we go. All right. So you did the sports award banquet earlier, and you were supposed to share that with some people. So this is critical that you pay attention to that part because it says right here, click the Share With Me label. You should see the documents that have been shared with you by classmates. I'm going to try to show you an example. If I go up here and go to drive.google.com, and you can get there your way if you want to use the Google Apps or the other options. But you can see right here where my cursor is, it says Shared With Me. When you click on that, you're then going to find many different things. Let's see if I've got a lot of files that are shared with me because that's often how I grade your work. I'm hoping we'll come back to this later. What I want you to do though is for you right now is you've done the shared with me, you've done the classmate, open the sports award banquet planning sheet document that they've listed you as an instructor. The other person will also open your document or someone else. It really doesn't matter. Click the bottom of the document. There should be a blank line. If not, press enter to create a blank line. So we go back here. We know how to do a blank line. Hit enter. Click the bullet button or bullet list button if you need to make the line part of the bulleted list. So let's go ahead and do that. There we are. The level of the bullet should match the one above it. Well, it does right here, so we're in good shape. Use the increase indent and decrease indent so the button is the same. So that again, that's increase, and then shift tab is decrease. However you want to look at that. I won't argue there. And then enter the text create program. All right. Moving the text up. Okay. Select the text create program. So we're going to select it. So it's highlighted. Click the insert pull down menu and click Comment in the menu. Insert, Comment. Okay, now the selected text is highlighted and a comment text box appears as shown in the figure. So I'll show you right here. This is what it looks like. Okay. So now we've got that. So let's go on. Now I've messed this up, Control Z. Let me get back to where we were. Now I'm going to double click. Okay, I'm not going to double click. I'm going to highlight it. Now I'm going to right click on my mouse and I'm going to click Comment. Now let's see if I can move this off to the side. Now you can see I've moved this up here, but you can see our comments here. I can sit there and say, thank you for helping me with this new part. Okay, now here we go. First screenshot I need for this assignment. Control Shift, multi-display button, and then copy to clipboard, open up an email, insert it. I'm going to move my pictures back down if I can. Here we go. Now I'm going to click on comment. So now my comment's been added. All right. And here you can see that the same thing occurred in this picture. It has the name, the comment, you click on comment, you've added it. And then they talk more about working with the comments. I don't think we need to do this yet. We'll move on. Okay. So and then there's a way you can sit there and show all the comments and things like that. Now, we want to talk briefly about revision history. Revision history is a great way to see changes that have been made to a document and who made them. This is really important on those group projects. Sometimes someone actually deleted something that they thought was supposed to not be there. Then you're upset because you still wanted to be there. Revision history can really help you with this. So again, they have you open up your Google Docs and then click on the file and then down here, version history. Now, I think in the past it was called revision, but we're looking for version history. Now, I want to look at and see the version history. Now, I'm going to move my display over here, and now I can start going back and seeing the changes I've made to this. I can look at only for named ones. I can sit there and look at previous edits. I can sit here and go back and forth on this. You can see how my edits here will show things I've made. I can go earlier in the day or back here. This is a powerful tool that can really help you with your documents. All right, lesson 9.9, downloading and printing a document. Right now, and pretty much while you're here with Temple Independent School District, this is not going to be a big issue for most of you. There are a few times when you'll encounter this situation, but for most people, it's all going to be turned in by using Google Docs, okay? Let me And I apologize for moving that around. I want to go back to this without the changes. All right. But sometimes you do need to make some changes. They may need it in a different format. So let me go back up here. Let's go to print. Now, there's many ways. I can just click here on the printer. I can do Control P. All of those are options. The key is if a teacher says, hey, I need you to save it or share it with me as a Microsoft Word document, then you need to come up here and make some changes with that. First, though, to print, we want to go here, click on See More, and then find a printer. Really, we don't need to print in this room. Most teachers have gotten to where they're not requiring you to print, but sometimes it's necessary. You're working on a packet or a portfolio, you're needing to add things to a folder. That's when you need to be able to print data out. I'm going to cancel this, but this is where you can find and change your printer. So make sure you look through that. There's a lot of different things that can be done with this depending upon is the printer wireless, is it designed for, you can even do it from your smartphone. There's so many things. We really don't want to go into all the details. Sometimes though, what you do always want to do is look over here at the example they give you to make sure you can see, does it fit on the page well? Is this what I want it to look like? Oh, did I want to move the picture of the Mars planet up here with this information? How can I do that? This is a great way to save on the paper and having to make multiple copies because it didn't turn out the way you thought. So look here before you print to save on that paper. And I'm going to hit cancel. I mentioned a moment ago how to save it as a Microsoft Word document though. So let's go over here to File, Download. Now you've got different formats that you can save it as. You can actually save it as a web page or HTML. Most likely, if you go to college, your professors will want it as Microsoft Word. And so you'll click on this. And then it's going to open up this menu. From here, though, notice how instead of saying, it says DOCX on the end. That is the file format for Microsoft Word. And when your computer reads this file format, it doesn't care what this is. It tells it right here, hey, I have to use Microsoft Word to open it up or something else that can open up Microsoft Word. Google Docs can open up most Microsoft Word documents, but not all. All right. That was really quick, real simple. We didn't go through the textbook much on that. Looks like we need to start doing some exercises here. So this may be what we do starting on Monday. If you have questions, let me know. If you have late work, make sure you get it turned in. You're losing points because of late work now, and we're going to have to really start working on that. I've got a lot of students with many zeros because they're not turning their work in on time. And I'm going to have to start blocking what we do in the class until I get all the work turned in. So on that note, make sure if you have questions, let me know. Take a moment, look at your grades, make sure that you have all of your assignments completed. Grades I have to turn in tomorrow. So also make sure you're wearing your mask correctly. We want everybody to stay